Good morning, everyone. This is a very exciting time. It's the children's time. So if you have children that are with you right now, gather them around the TV, or press pause, then gather them, then press play, and here we go. It's a children's time. We are still in this season of Lent. This is that time when we are journeying towards the cross to kind of figure out a little bit more about Jesus and the great gift of love that God has for us. We hear about him in stories, but we also have made our own stories. Now, I don't know about your stories. Maybe if you are maybe about this old, or even if you're this old, whatever the height equates to your age, you probably have done some really great things. And maybe there's a chance, there might be one or two chances that you haven't done some great things and actually have messed some things up. I have two very important books right here with me. There's this one right here, which is very heavy and very large. And then there's this one, which many of you have seen before. It's our Spark Story Bible. This one right here is actually a listing of all the things that Steve has done wrong in his life. And it's vast. In fact, this is only volume 1. So there's all of these things right here, all of these listings of all the poor behavior. There's, when I was mean to my sister. There's, I forgot my homework and the dog ate it. The dog didn't really eat it. All just a list of, but guess what? This book, as big and heavy as it is kind of washed away by this book right here. There's a story that tells us about that. There is a man who has a son who kind of did some things wrong. It's a story in the Spark Bible called The Prodigal Son. It's on page 378 if you have one of these Bibles. Reminder, if you need one of these Bibles, let us know, email us, and we'll send one to you so that you have one with these stories, because these stories remind us that what's in here isn't as important to God as what's in here. This father has his son run away and take half of the money from his inheritance and go spend it, and did some really bad things, and then ran out and decided that he knew that his father still loved him. So he decided, I'm going to head back home. And you want to see the picture of his father's face when he saw his son come back home? Look at how happy he is. He's super excited. He actually picked up his robes and ran towards this kid to make sure that the kid knew he was loved. And that's exactly what God does for us. That's what all the stories in here tell us. They tell us about God's love for us and God's passion for us, and that God kind of lifts his robes up even when we do things wrong and wants to wrap his arms around us and say, I still love you, Steve, even as imperfect as you are. So maybe you're imperfect too. Wherever you're watching this, be reminded today that God runs towards us, to love us, forgive us, grace us, and surround us with compassion and forgiveness. Let's let that change how we treat the other people around us as we move forward in our life. So say a little prayer with me. I'm going to start with it, and then you repeat after me, and then I'll say another part. We go through the whole prayer like that. Dear God, thank you so much for forgiving me and still loving me. Help me to make sure I remember your incredible love every day. And all God's children said, Amen.